Sawing wood. The transformation of a raw log into usable lumber is a fundamental process. A blend of ancient craft and modern technology that underpins everything from construction to fine furniture making. This journey from forest to workshop is known as wood sawing or lumber processing. It's a critical first step that determines the quality, stability, and ultimate utility of the final wood product. Understanding this process is essential not just for woodworkers and builders, but for anyone interested in the materials that shape our world. It involves careful planning, precise machinery, and a deep knowledge of wood's inherent characteristics. The goal is to maximize the yield from each log, while producing boards with the desired grain patterns and structural integrity. This guide will walk you through the entire process, from selecting the right log to the final stages of drying and preparing the lumber for its end use, providing a comprehensive overview of this fascinating and vital industry. The journey begins with the log itself. Not all logs are created equal, and the initial selection is paramount. Factors such as species, diameter, straightness, and the presence of defects like knots, rot, or cracks are all carefully assessed. A straight, clear log from a desirable species like oak, walnut, or pine will yield high-quality lumber, while a twisted or knotty log might be better suited for different applications or require more specialized cutting techniques. Once a log is selected, it is debarked. This is an important step as bark can contain grit and dirt that would dull saw blades, and its removal allows for a clearer view of the wood's surface, helping the sawyer to plan the most efficient cuts. The debarked log is then ready to be positioned on the sawmill carriage, the platform that will guide it through the primary saw. This initial setup is crucial. How the log is oriented will dictate the grain pattern of the resulting boards. The heart of the lumber processing operation is the primary breakdown, where the log is first cut into large sections called cants or flitches. This is typically done using a large head saw, which can be a circular saw, a band saw, or a frame saw. The choice of saw depends on the scale of the operation and the type of wood being processed. The sawyer, a highly skilled operator, makes the initial cuts based on the log's shape and internal stresses. The most common method is through sawing or live sawing, where parallel cuts are made straight through the log. This is the simplest and fastest method, producing wide boards with a varied grain pattern. Another popular method is quarter sawing, where the log is first cut into quarters, and then each quarter is sawn, perpendicular to the growth rings. This produces very stable boards with a straight vertical grain, highly prized for fine furniture and flooring, but it is a more wasteful and time-consuming process. After the primary breakdown, the large cants are moved to a secondary sawing station, often involving a resaw. The resaw, typically a smaller band saw, is used to cut the cants into boards of the desired thickness. This stage allows for more precision and flexibility. The operator can decide to cut boards of various thicknesses from a single cant, optimizing the yield and catering to different market demands. During this stage, the edges of the boards are also trimmed to be parallel and square using an edger, which usually consists of multiple circular saw blades. This removes the rough, natural edge of the wood known as the wane, creating clean, straight-sided lumber. The boards are then trimmed to standard lengths using a trim saw. Throughout this multi-step process, quality control is continuous. Each board is inspected for defects, and decisions are made about how to best trim and process it to maximize its value. The final and perhaps most critical stage of lumber processing is drying or seasoning. Freshly cut wood, known as green wood, has a very high moisture content. If this wood is used immediately, it will warp, shrink, and crack as it dries. To prevent this, the lumber must be dried in a controlled manner until its moisture content reaches equilibrium with the surrounding environment, typically between 6 to 12% for interior use. There are two primary methods for drying: air drying and kiln drying. Air drying involves stacking the lumber with spacers, known as stickers, between each layer to allow for air circulation. This is a slow, natural process that can take several months to a year or more. Kiln drying, on the other hand, places the stickered lumber in a large, insulated chamber where temperature, humidity, and airflow are precisely controlled to accelerate the drying process, much faster, often taking only a few weeks. Kiln drying requires significant energy and expertise to avoid damaging the wood. Once dried, the lumber is often planed to a smooth, uniform thickness and graded according to its quality and appearance before being shipped to distributors and finally to the end user. From the forest floor to the finished plank, the process of sawing wood is a testament to human ingenuity and our relationship with nature as most versatile resource. It's a careful balance of maximizing yields, achieving desired aesthetics, and ensuring structural stability. Each step, from the initial log assessment to the final drying and grading, plays a crucial role in determining the character and quality of the lumber. Whether it becomes the frame of a house, the top of a dining table, or a piece of intricate art, every piece of wood carries with it the story of its transformation. A journey guided by the sawyer's hand and the precision of the mill, this complete guide illuminates the skill and technology behind a process that is fundamental to our built environment. Turning raw nature into the building blocks of our lives, sawing wood.